Good morning. First things first, good news. I got to 1,000 subscribers yesterday. It's been a long journey to there, so thank you if you've been watching the channel and have subscribed, and I'd appreciate if I can continue to grow the channel. So today I'm doing my third run in the ASICS Novablast 5. I have about 14 miles on this shoe so far, so I'll get it over 20 today. And so far I have to say, this is one of my favorite shoes that I've tried in a little while. I really like the fit of the upper. It's on the thinner side, but not too tight. I think if someone has a wide foot, they'd still be okay with it. But I have kind of a normal volume foot and it fits me perfectly. There's nice padding around the ankle collar. This has a new foam from ASICS that they're debuting in this shoe, which is the Flight Foam Blast Max. Just had to read it off the shoe there because they have all sorts of flight foams. Today's gonna be a cold run. I think it's 22 degrees with 14 to 25 mile an hour winds, so this is gonna be great. But it's the winter in New York, what are you gonna do? I previously had the Novablast, the first one that came out a couple years ago, and I found that shoe comfortable, very bouncy, a very fun ride. Like that one though was pretty unstable and kind of all over the place, but it was just like a bounce machine. So it was fun to run in, but not stable at all. I didn't have the Novablast versions after the one, so I know that a lot of people didn't like the 3 and the 2. They found those, the 3 and the 4, more firm, not as fun as the first one. A lot of reviews I've seen have said this one's kind of gone back more towards the 1. I didn't have any of the other shoes, so I can't compare them for my experience personally, but I remember the 1 and what that one felt like. So we'll see how this one compares today. But just the step-in feel of this shoe is very good. It's the foam is an interesting consistency where it's a soft and squishy, but not too soft. It does still have a good amount of rebound. And I'm not sinking into the two shoes so much. So the actual density of this midsole feels kind of perfect for me, where it's giving me squish, bounce, energy return, but not being too soft. All right, so a little over a mile into my run this morning, and I'm doing a little bit of a progression run today. I'm doing 40 minutes at easy pace, and then the last 10 minutes a little bit faster. Started a new marathon training block. I'm running the Long Island Marathon the first weekend in May. So I'll be increasing my mileage pretty soon, starting now. But initial impressions of this shoe is kind of how it was my first couple runs as well. It's a comfortable shoe. It's not a light shoe, but it's not a heavy shoe. It's kind of right in the middle. It's feeling more light than heavy. And that's also helped by the bounce that you get from this midsole. I did that first mile and I think 8 flat, 8 minutes. And my easy pace is really more like 8:30. So I'm running a little bit faster than my normal easy pace, but with very little effort. This shoe gives you a nice amount of bounce and propulsion, and again remains stable even though it's a bouncy shoe. So the ASICS Novablast 5, as I said earlier in the video, I have 32 miles on this shoe right now, which is a very good sign of how much I like it. That I got this up over 30 miles almost instantly, just within a week or two, because I want to keep reaching for this shoe. This shoe has 41.5 millimeters of stack in the heel and 33.5 in the forefoot for an 8 millimeter drop. It has ASICS new Flight Foam Blast Max foam in it. This shoe is an excellent all-around running shoe, and it's only $140. I think right now this is one of the best shoes on the market for sure. Is it the daily trainer of the year for 2025? It's very, very early in 2025, so we'll see what other shoes I run in this year, but so far this is the leader in the clubhouse. So what do I like about this shoe? It's simple, affordable, and just kind of does everything well. The fit of it is very good. The upper has room. It's not too spacious, but it's not too narrow. I think this is going to fit a lot of people's feet. The tongue has some padding in it. It stays put. It's fully gusseted. There's some padding around the heel collar as well, so it's a very comfortable shoe for a daily shoe. The weight is not too much. It's just over 10 ounces in my size. That's kind of like the magic number. Anything under 10 ounces is light for me, and over 10 ounces is starting to get a little heavy. But this really, with the bounce you get from the shoe, feels more like a 9-ounce shoe to me than a 10-ounce shoe. And as far as this midsole goes, this Flight Foam Blast Max, it's a very compressive foam, but it's firm at the same time. It has a really nice balance of firmness and softness, where it's kind of able to benefit from both. There is some pop in this midsole as well. It wants to spring back, so it's an energetic ride. The outsole looks pretty similar to most other Novablasts that have come before. Has kind of that like trampoline part right here, and then the rubber all around the sides. So pretty good rubber coverage. I have seen reviews saying that this is a slippery outsole, that it's not that grippy. I haven't had a chance to run in this in the wet. It just snowed a ton, and now there's ice on the ground, so I'm definitely not going to be running in it outside if it's not supposed to have good grip. So that's one thing to be concerned about with winter running or running in the wet, but that may be one of the only weaknesses this shoe has. I've taken this shoe as long as an 8-mile run so far, and it felt stable and comfortable that entire time. This also being on the lighter side and having that bounce to it does help you pick up the pace as well. This shoe is making me not want to run my easy pace. You definitely can run easy in this. It does fine, in the 8-minute pace and slower, but it really wants you to run in the 7-minute pace. With that bounce and spring, it's really encouraging you to kind of pick up your cadence and move a little faster. So my first impressions of this shoe is that it's absolutely excellent. This is one of the best daily trainers I've tried in a while. I think what I'm going to do next is match it up against the Adidas SL2 over there and the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 and see how those 3 shoes compare, because those are 3 of my kind of favorite daily shoes that I've been using recently, and they're all around the same price point and the same weight. Both the Saucony and the SL2 are a little bit lighter than this, but I feel like this one and the Adidas shoe have more bounce, and the Saucony kind of has more roll. So we'll see how that works out when I compare those. So let me know in the comments if you've run in the Novablast 5, what you think about it, how you think it compares to some of the other shoes that are out there, if you have a favorite daily trainer that you're using these days. Again, I think this one, for the price and performance-wise, being able to do long runs, easy runs, tempo runs, I think if someone's like a casual runner, you could really use this as your one shoe to do everything, even up to races. So really excellent value and excellent shoe overall. See you in the next video.